English vocabulary about work and employment. Eager beaver. Someone who is extremely enthusiastic and works very hard. Example: don't be such an eager beaver. We have a lot of time to complete the task. Burden. A duty, responsibility, or something that causes worry, stress, or hard work. Example: her illness placed a heavy financial burden on her family. Meet someone's needs. To satisfy someone's needs. Example: he has a satisfying job, but it doesn't pay enough to meet his needs. Take on. To undertake. To accept to do something. Example: she has taken on the task of looking after her elderly mother. Doable. Something is doable if it can be achieved or possible to do. Example: passing the reading and writing tests is doable. Career. The job or profession that you do during your working life. Example: he was happy to have chosen a career that suited his personality perfectly. Deadline. A time when something is due or must be done/finished. Example: because of her incompetence, we won't make our deadline. Overtime. Beyond the usual time. Extra time spent at work. Example: I'm afraid that he has to work overtime. Probation. A period of time during which someone who has been given a new job is tested to see whether they are suitable for work. Example: she was asked to work for a period of probation of 3 months. Handle someone's workload. A period of time during which someone who has been given a new job is tested to see whether they are suitable for work. Example: she self-trained herself on programs that she thought would handle her workload more efficiently. Handwork. The act of creating something with the hands and not by machines. Example: I loved to do handwork activities when I was a teenager. Out of steam. To lose energy, tired, exhausted. Example: I am out of steam to finish setting up as it's been a hard week. Applicant. Someone who makes a formal request for a job. Example: he was writing a professional letter to give his applicants the good news. Dream career. A job/profession that someone desires to have. Example: a dream career of being a doctor is what she wants to pursue in her academic studies. Carry on. To continue to do something. Example: she doesn't want to come with me. She wants to carry on studying. Productivity. The quality of producing something. Example: when I sit down to write, the most important factor in my productivity is a comfort. Observe. To watch, look at, see. Example: the change is too small to be observed. Ambition. A strong desire to do or to achieve something. Example: my ambition is to become a jet pilot. Manual work. Work involving the hands and physical strength, as opposed to an office job. Example: gardening and manual work are a great pleasure to our children. Retail staff. Employees who sell products to the public. Example: retail staff are trained to communicate with customers. Collaborate. To work jointly with others to create or achieve something. Example: He agreed to collaborate with her in writing his biography. Follow in someone's footsteps. To do the same job, or to have the same style of life as someone else. Example: Tom followed in his father's footsteps, starting his own business. Work things out. To find a solution. Example: conflicts teach you how to compromise and work things out. Manually. By hand, not by machine. Example: the work was done manually, not by a machine. Dedicated. To be devoted or totally committed to something, a task or purpose. Example: people who are dedicated to their jobs often achieve their professional goals. Be willing to. To be ready or happy to do something if it is necessary. Example: she is willing to discuss the problem. Sort out. To deal with your own or someone else's problems successfully. Example: we need to get these problems sorted out as soon as possible. Associate with. Connect with. Example: I don't associate with people like him. Keep someone from doing something. To prevent, stop someone from doing something. Example: illness kept him from attending the meeting. Determined. Making a firm decision to do something and not to change it. Example: his early failures made him even more determined to succeed. By trial and error. To learn something from the mistakes that you make. Example: he would simply have to learn by trial and error. Stable. Firmly fixed, not likely to change. Example: the temperature is quite stable from day to day. Day off. A day without going to work. Example: I think she should have a day off soon. She can't keep going like this all the time. Get the hang of. To understand the technique of how to operate or do something. Example: I'm starting to get the hang of how this computer works. Apply for. To enroll in. To write a letter asking for a job. Example: 7 people applied for the job, but none of them were employed. Strides. Advances or improvements in the way that something is progressing. Example: the government has made great strides in reducing poverty. Experience. If you experience something, it happens to you and affect your feeling. Example: he experienced a feeling of deep sadness as he entered the refugee camp. Dedicate. To devote your time and effort to someone or something. Example: my mother dedicated every hour of the day to taking care of us while my father was away at sea. To confront. To deal with a problem or difficult situation. Example: a soldier often has to confront danger. Hardship. A situation that is severe, difficult, and unpleasant. Example: the soldiers had to endure great hardship during the war. Sacrifice. The act of giving up something important or valuable to you in order to do something else or to help someone. Example: after his wife died, he made sacrifices to take care of his children. Incentive. Something that motivates or encourages you to do something. Example: Tom had no incentive to work after he was refused a promotion. Tension. the state of being stressed, nervous, or emotional strain. Example, there are growing tensions between the two countries. Criticism, the act of expressing disapproval of someone or something. Example, the plan has attracted criticism from the consumer group. To be engrossed in something. To be completely focused on something. Example, Mary was so engrossed in the book that she forgot the cakes in the oven. To recharge one's energy. To recover your strength by resting for a time. Example, we enjoyed a week away at the coast and recharged our energy. Career advancement. Development in jobs. Example, lifelong learning is essential to career advancement. Diligence. Careful and determined in your work. Example, I praised him for his diligence. To earn a living. To earn money. He used to earn a living as a musician, but now he is a photographer. Play an essential part in something. Have an important role in something. Example, he plays an essential part in running the business smoothly. Determination, the quality that makes someone continue trying to do something. Example, she always shows great determination in everything she undertakes. Perseverance, the effort to do or achieve something in spite of difficulties and obstacles. Example, there's no success without perseverance. Overcome, to succeed in dealing with a problem or difficulty that has been preventing you from achieving something. Example, he overcame injury to win the Olympic gold medal. To acquire experience / knowledge / skill. To gain experience / knowledge / skill by your own efforts. Example, students acquire skills for advanced level English writing. To move up the career ladder. A series of actions you have taken to make progress in your career. Example, she rapidly moved up the career ladder, becoming a financial analyst. Commitment, the willingness to work hard or to be dedicated to a job or an activity. Example, we've always had a commitment to customer service, and we keep working to improve. To proceed, to begin or continue an action or process. Example, I would like to know how you will proceed in this matter. Self-motivated, to be capable of hard work without the need for encouragement. Example, people who are self-motivated tend to be more organized and more self-esteem. Demanding, needing a lot of effort or attention. Example, the work of a farmer is physically very demanding. Work on, try hard to repair or improve something. Example, you need to work on your pronunciation every day if you want to pass the exam. Job prospects, the possibility of being successful and having more opportunities at work. Example, after he graduated top of his class at Harvard, his job prospects looked great. Work environment, the surrounding conditions in which you work in. Example, if you want to improve your work experience, you should have a good work environment around you. Job satisfaction, a feeling of enjoyment that you derives from your job. Example, Some employees are more interested in job satisfaction than in earning high salaries. Employee, a person who is paid to work for another person or an organization. As an employee of our company, he is automatically entitled to a special discount. Be occupied with. Be busy with something. Example, she was occupied with household work. Works of craftsmanship. Objects made by people who are very skilled at making things by hand. Example, the museums of every city are full of beautiful works of craftsmanship made by skilled workers in past centuries. To work/perform miracles. To achieve extraordinary/very good results. Example, we need a marketing team that can perform miracles to bring the company back to its former glory. White collar, relating to the work done or those who work in an office, not a factory. Example, she has a white-collar job as an accountant at one of the largest finance firms in London. The world of work. The job market, types of work, and the possibilities for employment. Example, certain qualities are important to succeed in the world of work. For example, honesty and hard work. Make an honest living. To earn money through hard work. Example, she makes an honest living by working at the bakery during the week. Make ends meet. To earn enough money to buy the things you need without getting into debt. Example, many students have a difficult time trying to make ends meet. Cope with. Deal successfully with something difficult. Example, it must be difficult for her to cope with 5 small children and a job. Devote to. Give a large amount of time or attention to someone or something. Example, she devotes too much time to her job. She should spend more time with her family. Huge challenge. Very big challenge. It's difficult or tough. Example, reading such texts can be a huge challenge, but an important one. Future workforce. Workers in the future. Example, the future workforce will face new challenges that they never experienced before. Job hunting, job seeking, or job searching. The act of looking for a job. Example, he was job hunting for 6 months before he finally found employment in a car factory. Workload. The amount of work that has to be done by a particular person in a period of time. Example, I've had an increased workload this year. To job share. To share the responsibilities and the pay of a single full-time job between 2 people. Example, it is easier for managers to job share or work part-time while they have young children. Flexible working hours. A flexible schedule allows an employee to work hours that can be changed by agreement between the employer and the employee. Example, flexible working hours could give working parents more time to spend with their children. Sweated labor. Hard work that is done by people who work for long hours for low wages and poor conditions. Example, sweated labor are often categorized by factors such as poor education and language. Guest workers. People, usually from a poor country, are permitted to live and work temporarily in a richer country. Example, we have not been a country which has used guest workers. dead-end job, a job that has no prospects of promotion. Example, custodial work and waitressing are definitely dead-end jobs. To make a living. To make money to pay for the things that you need in life, such as housing, food, etc. Example, many young people like to make a living in big cities. Life skills. Skills that are necessary, useful, or important in everyday life. Example, job skills allow you to do a particular job, and life skills help you through everyday tasks. Transferable skills. Skills that are used in different jobs or different situations. Example, transferable skills can be a great help if you don't have much experience of work. Level of competition. The extent or degree of a competition. Example, the level of competition in this class is getting more intense. Paperwork. Written or clerical work that involves producing reports, keeping records, and writing letters. Example, the organization offers practical help in dealing with paperwork. Work experience. The experience and skills that you gain while working in a specific field or occupation. Example, he doesn't have any work experience. Career woman. A woman who considers her job is very important in her life. Example, she wants him to respect her as a career woman. Colleague. A fellow employee who works in the same organization, profession, or department as you. Example, Tom and his colleague are going to work on the project all weekend. Client. Someone using the services of a professional person or organization such as a doctor or lawyer. Example, one of our clients provides an online consumer information service. Retire. Leave one's job and cease to work because of old age or ill health. Example, he was forced to retire early from teaching because of ill health. Trainee. Someone who is learning and practicing the skills of a particular profession or job. Example, he joined the company as a graduate trainee. Training course. A course providing training in a particular field or profession. Example, it was a great training course that covered everything you need to know about Microsoft Excel. Freelance. Working for different companies at different times, rather than working all the time for a single organization. Example, most of the journalists I know work freelance. Well paid. Earning or receiving a good amount of money for work. Example, he has got a well-paid job and can afford to live in a beautiful house. Pay rise. An increase in your salary for doing your job. Example, what would I need to do to receive the pay rise I was looking for? Sick pay. Money that you were given by an employer when you were unable to work because of illness. Example, Tom has no sick pay, no paid vacation, and no paid overtime. Working environment. Location where a task is completed. Example, he has a stressful job in a bad working environment. Dream job. A job that you love to do. Example, her dream job would be to work as an actress. Prospects. The possibility or likelihood that something good will happen in the future. Example, it's a great career with good promotion prospects. engaging, attractive, pleasant, and charming. Example, he was very engaging with the audience. Daily routine, the usual set of activities that you do at a particular time. Example, the old woman has an attendant who helps her with her daily routine. In charge of, to have control over or responsibility for something or someone. Example, the teacher is in charge of the class. Job opportunity, an opportunity of employment. Example, don't waste time and miss out on your ideal job opportunity. An occupation, a job. Example, his occupation is a doctor, so he earns a lot of money. Profession, a type of job that requires special skills and qualifications to do. Example, his profession is a teacher, though his occupation, or his job right now, is an actor. Workplace, a place, such as an office or factory where you work. Example, sexism and racism are still rampant in today's workplace. Salary, a fixed regular amount of money that you earn each month from your job. Example, she is not content with her present salary. Unemployed, without a job, not having a job. Example, the unemployed are a growing portion of the population. Promotion, the act of raising someone to a higher ranking position at a workplace. Example, he'll look for another job if he doesn't get the promotion. A workaholic, a person who spends most of their time working and finds it difficult not to work. Example, Mary spends too much time at the office. She's such a workaholic. To be in charge of, to have control over someone or something and have responsibility for them. Example, she is in charge of a group of 10 people in her department. To deal with, to take action in order to solve a problem. Example, I have a situation that I have to deal with at the moment. To involve, to contain / to include. Example, he tends to shy away from anything that involves public speaking.